Thank you for staying with us. Now let's go to our lifestyle segment. I mean, we can't say it enough that Christmas is coming.
There's going to be a lot of traveling.
A lot of us throw
Eating.
caution to the winds because it is Christmas season and do all kinds of naughty things. Well, we've had Dr. Agwiniga here before, and today she's going to tell us how to look after our health while we are letting ourselves go and doing all these naughty things. We still must remember that there's life after Christmas. And we want to continue to live a healthy life and a healthy lifestyle after Christmas. So don't go too much overboard.
Now you know that you can only drink 1 bottle of beer.
That's not my call, actually. That's why we have a doctor here to tell us all about it.
One already told us you can't cross the 1 bottle line.
1 bottle of beer, can you imagine? Christmas time and you're only drinking 1 bottle of beer a day? No, that won't, it won't work.
It's okay.
It won't work for many young men.
Ask the doctor.
Or many men.
Ask the doctor.
But so we shall ask her how they are going to have to do it. Dr. Yonda Agbeniga, Medi-Ideas Lifestyle and Wellness Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, you're having such a good laugh.
It was funny.
No. We had an orthopedic surgeon here who told us that drinking more than 1 bottle of beer is actually not good for you. So Christmas is coming. Are you also agreeing with him that we should not take more than 1 bottle of beer? Not that I drink beer, but...
Oh, you are saying we should not drink it at all? Not that I drink beer either.
We'll discuss
this. This smile is like 1 bottle of beer is even too much.
Yeah, I'm looking at all that could go wrong. My best approach to this is information will help you make the best decision this season. So you want to look at all the things that are going to happen to you when you go on your 1 bottle of beer and your 1 bottle of carbonated drinks and your 1 cup of coffee or too much cups of coffee during the season and too much French fries, too much burgers and all that. I know I'm touching the wrong bones.
All these are the components. All these are the components of Christmas.
Of enjoyment. Of enjoyment. You are therefore saying we should not enjoy our Christmas.
No, that's not what I'm saying. So there's a need for the balance, and then there's what I want us to know is the effects on some of our body organs, and so we're able to make informed decision. I always say that one of the most irresponsible statements we can make is something that will kill a man. We shouldn't be the one to use our hands to get that something to kill the man.
Something will kill me. Yes, no. So if it's going to be beer, so be it.
Really? Okay, so let's look at some of the effects of some of these things on our bodies. Well, funny enough, I have this feeling that we should focus on our kidneys this time around. Like, yeah, you're going to be loading up yourself with a lot of Yuletide Christmas drinks, and you're feeling like, oh, this is it. Okay, so I'll toe the line of the orthopedic doctor. So you're taking a lot of carbonated drinks into your system, and we look at the pH. That's the degree of acidity or alkalinity of that drink. That's what pH means. How acidic or how alkaline is this drink? Now, we recall that our body's blood is 7.8 pH. So the blood is neutral. And so I'm going to speak in layman's language. The blood is neutral, and your drinks that you are taking has a pH of like 3. So that means the drink is really acidic. Your carbonated fizzy drinks is really acidic. And so that means you take that processed drink, because it's already processed, the glucose in it, everything is processed. You take it straight into your body. It goes straight into the bloodstream and tries to bring down that pH of the neutral blood. It tries to drag it down with it to 3. Now, for you to maintain the blood, the work of your blood is to maintain what we call homeostasis, that's balance. That's the job. So you bring in a very acidic concentrated drink into your body system and it pulls down your body, making it very acidic. So now, two things. Number one, your bones, your body has calcium. So in a bid for the body to regulate that, it's thinking, oh my goodness, this is not smart. This is almost insane. So the pH is too high. This body is acidic. It's like taking a fish into an acidic medium. The fish will ultimately die. And that's what we do to our body system. So we have acidified the blood, and the blood is thinking, oh, how do I quickly do that? So it starts to calcium dump. You have your skeletal system. And I always say, like, God knew that we're going to mess around with our bodies anyway, so he put
all kinds of mechanisms.
He put enough mechanisms in place to regulate that, and that you have your bones, and the calcium bank. So your body starts to calcium dump. It's starting from the areas of your highest weaknesses, maybe your joints, your back, your knee, your ankle, and it starts pulling out calcium and dumping it into the bloodstream to quickly neutralize that. Like we say, in the science lab, you want to neutralize an acid quickly. If you don't have a base, you use calcium and you dump and it will neutralize, and that's what it does. So we're dumping calcium, and that's why you have a good population of, let's say, the country where we're resident, Nigeria. Many people are arthritic because they're all calcium dumping. We've been on acidic drinks all our lives. We're 50 and we've taken that all 50 years. And so during this season, you want to watch what you're doing to your bodies, and you want to watch how much of contribution you want to do to arthritis. You understand? Secondly, let's look at the kidneys. The work of the kidney is to filter. It filters acid and all that. Now, you've taken that very acidic drink, it filters it out. You take another one, it filters. You take another one, it filters. After a while, it just says, I'm tired, I'm not filtering anymore. And it stops filtering. Not as if it stops filtering instantly. It starts retaining
reducing
some form of acid in the kidneys, and that's what we call uric acid. Acid in the kidneys are called. So you have uric acid pouch here, another pouch here, another pouch here. You have pouches of uric acid in the kidneys, and then they start to form what they call a concrement. They start to form stones.
Kidney stones.
Yeah, and that's how the kidney stones start. So you see, you want to weigh the benefits, the cost benefits of what you want to do during the season.
Dr. Gwiniga, thank you very much for scaring us. Thank you very much.
It's just information.
You have done very, very well. So now, I'm sure some people are wondering if that trip is actually worth it after all.
Well, okay. We know one of the things that, because that trip will be taken, whether we like it or yes.
Well, in that, you take this trip and then you go there and you can't eat and you can't drink. So what exactly have you come to do?
You've seen family. That should be enough. But, still, because at the end of the day, some of these things are going to be offered to you. And there are those who also wonder, how come the people in the villages seem to live longer, healthier than we do?
Because they're eating fresh food, fresh vegetables.
What are some of those concerns that you have? Do you have any fears or concerns that some people are going to be out of balance, when they travel? Don't forget, it's not just one way. Those in the cities are going to go to the village.
Those in the village.
And those in the village are going to come visit
the city.
The cities.
And even those who remain in the city are busy going from Yonda's house to Ayo's house to Sade's house, and it's all a feast.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are the things that we need to be cautious of? You've told us some. The scare for me here is that there are many people who don't even know the status of these organs that you're talking about. In what ways? I mean, you've told us the things that happen, okay? But there are those who say, look, as you began by saying, something will keep us. Now, at the end of the day, we continue to take these things. So how do we reverse the trend?
Yeah, so I was going to say that next actually, but you know, like when you're having bone problems, you're having kidney issues. Of course, there's the blood pressure that gets raised as a result of having some of these stimulants in the drinks and in some of the things we're consuming. But you know, I've always said it that as funny as this concept sounds, because I really didn't like this concept before I started this career. I used to be like, detoxification, what's that? It doesn't, it's, you know, there's a need to always detoxify. If you do, if you know that you can't 100% keep the law, so once you start breaking, you need to quickly start looking for an exit. So
Okay.
once you do that, you should look for a quick way. Yeah, the acidic drinks, the fizzy and all those drinks, you could always neutralize them by having your natural juices around. You could run detox series sessions. Yeah, there are wellness centers that offer detox services. So you could run detoxify, clean out, clean out, clean out.
So I go to a detox center. What exactly is done to me?
All right, so a good example, if you do an infrared sauna, you go under the infrared sauna, you are detoxifying about 1 to 2 to 3, if possible, liters of sweat. So you have all those toxins being pushed out, especially if you go to wellness centers that have licensed practitioners there who understand the sciences of what's going on. Infrared helps you to widen your arteries, releases nitric oxide, which helps with your arteries, like with healing your arteries, which is also very good for your heart. So the arteries are widened and there's good circulation of blood going around. So all those clogged areas where you have your fat from all your party foods are opened, and then there's flow. There's flow of oxygen, there's flow of blood, there's flow of nutrients. And then because of the heat that is being generated from the infrared, your core temperature is increased, so you start to sweat out. Now, why I said a licensed practitioner, like there are some things that we would give you while you are on it, some vitamins, some nutrients that would give you on it, which will aid your detoxification. Regular infrared or regular saunas that people do, they don't add some of those things. There are some natural chelators that we can give you while on them, which will help with chelation. Chelation is like pulling out the fat from within your arterial walls. Your arteries, sorry, from your arteries. So it helps with chelation, pulling out. There are things that would infuse. There are some nutrients, some vitamins that go along with it, which will help upregulate your system. So despite all the law breaking, then you are going to have your nutrients infused back into.
Okay, so that is what happens when you go to a wellness center and you get detoxified there. Yeah. Suppose you want to just sit in your house and detoxify. How can you do that?
So there are different types of detoxification. Like if you do an infrared sauna or an infrared spa, that's a full body detoxification. Okay. Now, if you at home, you want to clean out by yourself, you can do a colon cleanse. You can get some, maybe your lime in water and all that, your cucumber, a slice in water and all that helps you with just trying to clean out some portions of your body. Like, I was going to say, you know, if you buy the regular suya, the guys who are selling it usually give you with a lot of cabbage, sometimes lots, onions. And onions. Reason, it's just normal logic. If you have that meat sitting in your colon, not moving out, if you add a lot of fiber to it, it will help push out. So like you should add things like your cucumbers, your cabbage. If I indulge, I would always have a minimum of 1 to 2 cucumbers alongside with it, because it will help you push it out. Not that it is right anyway, but
is that the reason some people use suya with curry?
Ouch.
Just asking. Hey, I'm just asking. Why are you guys looking at me like that? Okay. Now that you've gone to the fruits and all, you talked about just colon cleansing now, the natural way. What other things that people can do today, this, Saturday morning, going towards the afternoon to cleanse whatever it is that you think they can do at home?
It's also important that we move. Moving, that's exercising. At the organ that I think I said this before, that the heart is the organ that should always be working. So running up
It is always working anyway.
it should always, the harder it works, you need it to walk, like exercise, go up the staircase, run down the staircase, don't break an ankle, get on your cycler, your treadmill, walk back and forth if you have the space, either in your estate or wherever it is. If you can't do that, you have a cycler in your house, go on the treadmill, ensure that you oxygenate your exercise. And if you don't want to do that, of course, there are a lot of processes that you could also use to get oxygen into your system.
One of the concerns that my colleague has raised here quite a few times is that people who sit a lot at the office, and perhaps are even still doing the same thing as we speak now. How seriously injurious is it? And is there a way, any lifestyle changes they need to make?
Yeah, for sedentary activities, you should get up. I mean, there's no replication for it. You should get up and move. If you are a sedentary person, maybe your work requires that you sit down and attend to customers, then you should have like a 10 minutes or a 15 minutes break where you get up, move, walk back and forth. If it is to run down the staircase or go up the staircase, that would help you. And the only alternative I know to that is when you do electrotherapy. There's one of the modalities that is called electrotherapy, which you are plugged in. It comes either as a form of a massage in which the frequency is run all over your body and you have quick lymphatic movement. Your lymph is moving, there's circulation, everything, and there is a flow of rush of oxygen on your body as the massage is run over you. Or you do pulsed electromagnetic fields that you sit and then you are pulsed. So you have your ions all moving and moving very fast. So that helps you with cellular oxygenation, which goes beyond your just breathing. Your cells get oxygen. That's the only option I know that if you're sedentary and there's also something called passive aerobics in which you lie down and you have an oxygenator rock you about and helps with opening up your lungs and you get in a rush of oxygen. If you're sedentary, those are the only things I know that would help you.
Let's hope that the sedentary people will do a lot of moving today. Now, are there lifestyle challenges or conditions that are peculiar to different gender? Especially as we build up to Christmas. I can see that you are wondering.
Yeah, so lifestyle challenges that could be women could be predisposed to is as a result of menopause or perimenopause or the years preceding menopause. We usually have a drop in our hormones, and one of the hormones that we lose that drops most times is estrogen. That reduces bone density. So as we're doing Christmas parties, having fun, we should ensure that once you are 40 and above, please don't fall down. Because if you fall down, you could just stumble off the 1 or 2 staircases and break your leg. And you'll be like, oh, that fall was so minor. That's because your bone density has reduced. Now, it's not particularly your fault. It's because you are aging. And estrogen is dropping. So your porosity, the density of your bone has dropped. So you fall and you have a bone break and you're wondering, that was small. Yeah, that's because of that change. Then people who are predisposed to, people who do their wellness checks or health checks and see that they are creatinine, there's something, a kidney function test, their kidney function tests are not so good. This is not the time to be like indulge. It's something that will kill a man. It's just, with a kidney problem, you have no chance to indulge. There are things that you can do to help bring, an infrared will bring down your creatinine levels so fast. One session of infrared sauna will bring down your creatinine level, even your kidney readings. So this is not the time to indulge. People who are predisposed to high blood pressure, this is not the time to load your arteries, your blood vessels with fat. You know, this is not the time to.
So they should not eat fried egg.
Well, if you do that, ensure you have enough modalities to neutralize them.
Such as?
Exercise, infrared, or passive aerobics.
There's always exercise in the mix. There's no way you can dodge it.
Okay.
So whether you are indulging or not, you must exercise.
Do passive aerobics. There's
okay. What is passive aerobics?
Well, unfortunately, it's not a very common practice, but we offer it also. You lie and you have something exercise you.
Oh.
Right.
That one.
You have something exercise.
So you sit down in a massage chair or something?
No, it's like a bed. You lie on it and you place your leg on the oxygenator, and it's exercise. Every 5 minutes you go on it is equivalent to 30 minutes quick walking.
So what is it doing to me?
Exercising your body.
Yeah.
Shaking me.
It's not shaking. It's trying to open up your lungs by swinging you left, right.
Okay.
By the time you're off it, you have had a good caloric burn.
Well, we have to thank you very much.
I burn my calorie on the tennis court.
That's active aerobics. Come on.
My God. Well, look, whichever way you look at this thing, you just can't let go because it is Christmas. You would like to, but as you get older, don't forget that you just can't let go and say, Christmas comes but once a year, so I'm just going to let go and just eat all the things I haven't eaten all year.
Some other things will eat you.
Whether you're in town or out of town, Christmas season or not, whether you have taken 3 bottles of beer or the one that you are allowed, you must exercise. You must burn all that nonsense you've put in your system.
Target 6,000 steps a day, at least. Yes. And that's one of the reasons you have a smartphone.
6,000.
One that is smart. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming. Because Dr. Agbeniga, every time you come, we know we're going to hear some bombshell out of your mouth. And you're going to do everything you can to ruin our Christmas. You've done it again today. Thank you very much for coming. Merry Christmas to you as well.
Thank you very much.
We're back after now.